everybody, welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's live stream, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily British content. Okay, so a different one for you today, guys. Some big news, and actually, to be fair, it does change everything for Reform. There's been a lot of momentum going into Reform UK, and to be honest with you, here at British Stand, certainly the only party that I feel deserves a chance to go into number 10 and actually take charge of the government of the United Kingdom. I do think it's time for a reform, and I do think Reform is the party, the best option, of course, at this moment in time to get behind. Now, we spoke a lot about Reform in depth and in detail over the last, couple of weeks. There's always been something, there's always updates to talk about with regards to this party. And recently we spoke to you about Reform actually overtaking Labour in the first sort of polls. As stated, Labour dropped into third, and then, of course, Reform went into second, just sitting closely behind the Conservatives. And again, a lot of stuff was looked at this, a lot of hope and belief is going into this, that Reform can actually make a jump into and then see Nigel Farage become the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom in 2029. Now, there's also been a lot of sort of reports, there's also been a lot of rumours that there's going to be big donors coming to the Reform Party, namely Elon Musk. There was a rumour going around not too long ago with regards to Elon Musk. However, Nigel Farage at the time, of course, it did put sort of water on that fire, did quash those sort of rumours. However, there has been a big defector. Again, everyone's defecting to the Reform Party, but this one, guys, is game changing, as it is a billionaire. Guys, a billionaire from the Tories, donor, has joined Reform and defected and joined the fast-growing political party within the United Kingdom. Yes, Nick Candy, ladies and gentlemen, has now, of course, joined Reform UK. The Tory mega donor, Nick Candy, has joined Reform UK as the Populist Party treasurer as ahead of the 2025 local elections. Candy, whose wife is Holly Valance, flirted with standing for Reform UK in the 2024 general election, was named as Nigel Farage's latest coup from the Conservatives just days after Tim Montgomery and Dame Andrea Jenkins were welcomed to the party's fold. The property tycoon joined the Tory party in 2009 and has donated more than £270,000 to the Conservatives between 2020 and 2022 alone. However, Farage will hope Candy's cash-raising prowess will help propel Reform UK into the upcoming elections and beyond. Candy said, "I have today resigned my membership of the Conservative Party after many years of active support and substantial donations to the party. I'm sorry to say that there has been way too many broken promises and a complete breach of trust with the wealth creators in our country. Nigel Farage is a close personal friend of mine, and Reform UK represents the future of British politics. I am pleased to announce that I will now become the treasurer for Reform UK and intend to raise enough funds for them to win the next general election. I will take up the role in the new year." Welcoming Reform UK's latest high-profile member, Farage announced, "I warmly welcome this decision. We are the fastest growing movement in British politics today, and Nick's efforts will help Reform UK transform our country." Reform appears to have a trickle of ex-Tories joining in recent days, with former Home Secretary Suella Braverman's husband, Rael, cutting ties with the Conservative Party over the weekend. Despite reportedly engaging in talks with Farage, Braverman is keen to stress she will not follow her husband to Reform UK. So it is happening, the movement is happening, and a lot of people are defecting. But this one certainly is a big coup by Reform and by Nigel Farage, of course, someone who's donated tons and tons of money. But you can see where the momentum is going at this moment in time with regards to the with regards to Reform UK. It's growing serious arms and legs, and yeah, something to really be scared of going forward, especially going into that 2025 local elections, but then going even further when you look at the bigger picture, and it's 2029. I'll take a few more what other members have said with regards to this coup of Nick Candy. As I said, Farage again welcomed this one, of course, the big movement, and then later announced Reform UK is building a winning team to change British politics forever. Zia Yusuf has came out and stated a warm welcome to Nick Candy. Reform has all of the momentum in British politics. Zia Yusuf, so yeah, he's came out and said that. But certainly, look, everybody in the Reform Party, I think everybody in the Reform movement at this moment in time, I'm kind of surprised. Well, I say I'm surprised, but it's quite remarkable how quickly everything's growing steam and how quickly everything is moving ahead of these local elections and ahead of the general election in 2029. I know it's a long way away when you're looking at it in terms of year by year. 2029, it seems like a long way, but we're sitting here in 2024, just over 6 months since Labour taken over, and you're seeing how quickly this party is growing. You're seeing how quickly the momentum is shifting in Reform's favour. And think about another sort of 4.5 years of people defecting, people coming over, just seriously riding this wave and the momentum that currently Reform have got. And then, of course, the donations to build upon it. I seriously think Reform could win in 2029, especially the way that these polls are currently going. It's absolutely crazy. But guys, that's enough there in terms of... That's enough there in terms of the Reform, but I just want to see what everybody's saying with regards to the situation, so they don't need Mr. Musk then. But I think everybody's talking about what Musk. I think it was more of 100 million. I think obviously you're looking at Nick Candy. He's donated a lot of money, £270,000 to the Tories between 2020 and 2022, which is a substantial lot. But when you're talking about $100 million from Elon Musk, that's just completely game-changing in general. But obviously, as I said, Nigel Farage did kind of say and kind of dampened those rumours. He said he'd welcome those donations, obviously, but said that there's nothing in the pipeline with regards to that at this moment in time. So it is what it is. But yeah, other stories I'm hearing about Keir True. What stories would those be? That he's currently in Saudi Arabia? Yeah, I mean, he's currently there right now. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But guys, that's all I've got for you. Do let me know your thoughts on this one. Nick Candy, of course, joining and coming on over as stated. Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next live stream if there's any sort of breaking news today. Take care, look after yourselves, and